According to A History of Western Choral Music, an article written by Kirk Naylor in 2016, the earliest forms of choirs that we would recognize today are religious choirs, which is often what people join today, but they're not the only reason. Religion is not the only reason that people like to join choirs. As you all probably know, I myself have participated in over 10 different choirs. And most of you have at least seen one of them, and lots of you have even been in them. So as you know, choral music is not just for church. There are many benefits of singing in a choir. Joining the choir is a great way to establish social connections and increase your psychological and emotional well-being. So today I'm going to be telling you 3 reasons why you should join a choir, and those are to get the social, psychological, and emotional benefits of it. So first we're going to talk about the social benefits. Choral singing has actually been shown to help reintegrate inmates into society. A study done by Stephanie A. Henry studied a group called the East Hill Singers and wrote about them in an article called Choral Singing Transforms Lives, where she found that upon their release, these men were able to function better in society with clarity of mind and purpose. And Marcy L. Major wrote an article called Building Identity in Collegiate Mid-Level College Ensembles that singing in a choir helped build this concept of ensemble identity, which was this feeling of the group becoming one, essentially. So just the ensemble being one identity. And we're going to come back to that in a little bit. So the next thing we're going to talk about are the psychological benefits. So choral singing can contribute a lot to psychological well-being. Sally L. Bush and Mary Gick did a study about choral singing and psychological well-being, which they presented in an article called A Quantitative Study of Choral Singing and Psychological Well-being. And in this article, they conclude that the study suggests that a small amount of choral singing, including just a single rehearsal a day, may have a benefit on well-being. Bush and Gick found that perceived social support in the choral setting can increase a person's mood. So that kind of goes back to the idea we were talking about earlier about the social support in choirs. So just being able to be in a community with people, having that ensemble identity that I mentioned earlier, can increase your mood and overall psychological well-being. The last thing I'm going to talk about are the emotional benefits of choral singing. So the first thing of that is mindfulness. In an article, Tom Jacobs wrote that singing in a choir can boost your mindfulness. Choral singing could be a way to incorporate mindfulness into one's regular routine while also engaging in a social activity. And what he means by mindfulness is just being able to put all the noise and thoughts out of your mind for a little while and concentrating on just one thing. So in this case, it would be watching the director, watching your music, listening to other people. It's kind of hard to think about other things while you're doing that, so that can increase mindfulness. And then once again, we're going to go back to the idea of social support from Bush and Gick's study. Having a support network, even one that is just people who sing together, that counts as social support network, and that can increase a person's emotional well-being. In conclusion, today I have told you about the social, psychological, and emotional benefits of singing in a choir. Because joining a choir is a great way to establish social bonds. It's a great way to increase your psychological and emotional well-being. And the takeaway I want you to get from this speech is that the next time you are feeling low, feeling down, feeling stressed out, try singing with someone, going to a choir rehearsal. Even if you just turn on the radio and sing along, you will have that sort of connection, and it'll probably make you feel better. Thank you.
There we go.
Very nice.